Hey everyone, Tanner Cherney up here in Devils Lake, North Dakota, checking in here early this week, give you an updated fishing report. I'm just finishing up a good evening of walleye fishing. As you can see, in the bucket there, I've got 4 eater-sized walleyes, and I know last week I told you that we gave you an update on ice conditions to begin the week after the ice fishing tournament had been canceled, and I'm kind of just looking at my Vexa right now, hoping I can maybe finish off my limit. But we told you that we'd give you an updated conditions and fishing report more in depth here as we move towards the weekend. Well, for those of you that follow along, as you can tell, we didn't have one, and I ended up actually coming down with COVID last week. So I wasn't able to get out. I was in isolation and didn't have the opportunity to get out and get you guys an accurate fishing report. So here we are, beginning of this week, giving you guys some updates on how the bite has been, how the conditions are prior to this big cold front that's coming in here this weekend. Right now, ice conditions pretty much anywhere I went, 18 to 20 inches of ice, not a lot of snow. I got around with my Ranger with wheels just fine. Guys are running around out here with Suburbans and half-ton pickups where I've been fishing, but I hadn't been out here yet this year, so I just wanted to double check before I took my pickup out or anything like that, just to be safe. You know, we always go with no ice is ever safe, so just wanted to be sure before I ventured out here. Perch fishing's been good. The walleye fishing I've been tackling the last 2 nights, what I've noticed is the bite's a little bit finickier with this pressure that's been up and down and some of the fog and stuff we've had. Marked a lot of fish yesterday, caught 2. The bite was a little bit slower, but what I realized was this smaller presentation is what I needed. So I made some adjustments. Downsized my buckshots tonight. She had a tungsten jig next to it, and ended up catching 2 fish on the buckshot, 2 fish on the tungsten. Missed a couple. We still got a little bit of time here, hopefully before the window closes, before the bite's done. But colors have been orange, red. Tonight was purple, and again, I've got dead sticks. I've got 2 tip-ups out with full minnows, and I can tell you what, they've been definitely preferring the minnow head versus the full minnow. Just a word of advice, but as we get to this weekend with the cold front coming in and things maybe level off and we get a few days of the same weather, I wouldn't still be afraid to have those dead sticks with full minnows on. Perch have been out in the main basin. East end of the lake has been producing pretty good. I know out in the flats has been a pretty good perch bite going too. When it comes to walleye fishing, what I did tonight is I ended up putting myself in 15 feet of water on an old lake shoreline, and I sat here, and I tell you what, if you're patient, you're going to do well with walleyes. The thing about Devil's Lake right now is it seems like it's either a 30-minute or a 45-minute window where I set the ice house down at 3 o'clock, didn't market fish until 4:45, and all of a sudden from 4:45 to 5:30 is when all my fish started coming through. So patience is the key. We'll give you an updated weekend report here as we move to the weekend. Just wanted to give everyone a quick update on ice conditions, how the bite is. So if you're thinking about coming up this way in the next few days or for the weekend, what you're working with. So we'll keep everyone updated. If you're coming up this week, use hashtag Devils Lake Indy. We love to see what everyone's using out there, what they're catching, and tight lines, and we'll keep you updated this weekend. Well, you know, usually when a video ends and you come back on, usually it's a blooper reel, but for once, this time, usually it's gonna be bloopers with me. Lo and behold, I turned the camera off. 5 minutes later, fish number 5. That's the limit for this week. Not this week, it's tonight. I'm kind of beyond the moon right now because I'm fishing a new spot I haven't fished all year, and it's been a little bit of a tougher bite, but you know what? It's 6:30, we're still marking fish. I'm gonna pack up, fire up the Ranger, head back to shore, grab a bite to eat, and enjoy a beer, but just goes to show you. Sunset was 5:30, it's an hour past sunset. We're still having a few fish show up, so don't be afraid to stick it out a little bit longer. You might just have that little bit extra luck that might get you an extra fish or 2 in your basket. So thanks for tuning in.